is reportedly considering inviting President Zelensky of Ukraine to Alaska during the upcoming Trump-Putin summit. How could this triangular diplomacy reshape US involvement in the Ukraine conflict, sir?
Thank you for asking this question. I first of all would object to the question of saying it is a triangular diplomacy. No. When the pressure came from the European leaders for that saying that there cannot be any peace in Ukraine without the Ukrainian leaders, that means Ukraine, and then the name of Zelensky came out because he is the president, and then Donald Trump, the president of USA, said yes. First he said I don't mind, and then he said I am open. The White House says that he is open to taking, but the question is, you are calling it a tripartite diplomacy. Zelensky is the president of a country, maybe it is weaker and smaller than the US or Russia, but he is the president. So, who has invited him? So, he needs to be properly invited to be there. It should normally be Russia, but it may also be America, because the place of the is in Alaska in USA, but nothing has happened so far. So, I am in doubt, not very grave ones though, that this diplomatic discussion might not finally include Zelensky. That is the situation. So, but if it does, Zelensky would be under a shadow of Trump because of his past behavior with him. So, I don't think Zelensky alone might not be able to face him because of his very frightening appearance and frightening behavior, I should say. So, I am not sure if it will at all take place, but Donald Trump and Russia might hold this. But the problem is, after the occupation of part of Zelensky's country and the beginning of the war, entire Europeans and NATO and others, even EU boycotted. In fact, I remember the last meeting in Scotland, where Putin was he was sort of hounded out of the meeting. He left that meeting, and there has not been any meeting with the Western countries. Now, the biggest one of the Western country, Donald Trump, is going to sit with him. So, he is alienating other friends in the EU or NATO or else, and holding this meeting with him. But for Putin, it is a great success, because he is staying, as they say in the Western media, that he is staying in the first table. So, I don't know about this, but this the change of diplomacy happening in the world. It has already decided to be happened.
You just gauge from your experience that Donald Trump took 7 months to set this meeting with Vladimir Putin. Before, there was supposed to be a meeting in Turkey, Istanbul, but that has been cancelled by the Vladimir Putin himself. Now, he is not sitting with his counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky, he is sitting with the US president. How does it look, how does it sounds, and what would be the next step you guess?
First of all, the world of diplomacy sees this projected meeting as a jump of Vladimir Putin to the first table with the American president. He was boycotted by the rest of the world. So, that is his promotion, and there as I foresee, it's becoming very clear. Donald Trump, even before the meeting date and place was decided, he said that some land has to be given as concessions without consulting the Ukrainians or the Ukraine president. But the Ukrainian president Vladimir Zelensky, he reacted after a day. He said that no, there will be no compromise by surrendering our land. This is properly their land. Who is Donald Trump to say that some may be given? He has no right to say. He can walk out. He can stop selling. He is not helping. He is selling it to the Europeans. They give it to the arms. So, I think the worst can happen is that he does not, washes his hands clean of Zelensky or Ukraine, but the Europeans have been preparing for this. They consider it as an attack on them because they feel, as they have said on many occasions, if Zelensky or Ukraine now, then why not Poland next, and so on and so forth. So, this they consider as their frontier against the Russian invasion. So, I do not foresee any positive outcome very soon.
Do you see a realistic chance of progress or on ending the war in Ukraine, or will this be a symbolic diplomacy?
This is a diplomacy for Vladimir Putin. It is a great success. As I said, he was in the wilderness so far as the Western world is concerned. He is now coming to the American president person to person. So, he has come to the top table. That is his great gain. As for me, with my little knowledge that I have of diplomacy or the world events, I do not foresee this meeting is going to make any progress, not to talk of ending it. And that is perhaps not the ambition of Donald Trump either.
So, it is a big battle is going on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge battle the world will be witnessing.
Donald Trump has, Putin has already won. He is sitting with the American president. They were boycotted by the NATO and European Union and all those countries. So, he is sitting with the big one. So, his hands are going to be filled in what he could deserve or desire.
Right,
so
sir.
For him, it is all right.
If Israel proceeds with its plan to take over Gaza City, how might Iran and its regional allies respond? Or what would be the US's position, where already UK, Germany, France, United Nations denied Israel's Netanyahu's this position?
True. Me?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I would like to very apologetically put in a small correction to what you have been discussing after raising this issue. There has not been a ban on sales of German arms to the Israelis. Very interestingly, if you read between the lines, it is not between the lines. The Germans state that the arms required for war in Israel, war in Gaza is banned. So, they will say so many other types of arms.
Right.
So, there is a
huge depth on this embargo.
Yes, they have actually
Conditional.
Although it is very positive that Germany has for the first time did something or has declared to do something that goes against the interests of Israel, because after USA, Germany was very much pro-Israel because of their past offenses against the Jews and all that. So, this is the correction, and then you asked the other question, what would be if Israel goes there? Have you marked the things that the Western countries, all these countries, UK is in the forefront, but Germany in this very tricky so-called ban, it is not a ban. And then France has not spoken much, but they previously declared their readiness to do anything and everything for Israel. But you see, UK has said this is wrong. What you say is wrong, and so when Israel goes there and kills the people, they would say it is very wrong. And Germany said that, well, we have stopped sending our arms, but please Israel, do not do it. We will then intervene. Intervene, they will not use the word. And France will have an opportunity of getting photographed to all these trees. None of them is going to do anything whatsoever, I assure you.